friends, this topic will more elaborate on logistics, transportation, warehousing and packaging. Before we jump into key concepts, let's define each one of them. First, we will discuss on what is logistics management. In a simple definition, logistics management is a part of broad supply chain function which plans, manages and executes physical flow and storage of material from point of origin to its destination. In this entire flow, logistics activities also manage proper information flow in forward and reverse direction. In commercial business, logistics means making availability of the right product, at the right place, at right cost to right customer at right time and right quantity with right condition of the product. Logistics management activities typically includes key activities like inbound and outbound transportation management, fleet management, reverse logistics, warehousing, materials handling, order fulfillment, logistics network design, inventory control, and management of third-party logistics services providers. Let's see why logistics management is important and crucial in the business environment. There are multiple reasons behind having proper logistics management function for any organization, such as to ensure that products are shipped in the most economical, safe, efficient and timely manner. This results in cost control for the company and more satisfied customers with on-time availability of materials. Any good logistics management function is aimed to constantly optimize transportation processes and eliminate disruptions. Therefore, it has a direct impact on customer satisfaction. Hence, improved customer service can bring a good reputation to a company's brand and help generate more business. In today's world, information technology has helped logistics to get more flexibility in terms of real-time tracking of shipments, optimization of routing and improving flexibility. Thus, logistics management in total gives key benefits like reduce overall transportation costs, improve customer service, improved visibility, and hence generate firms' goodwill and more business. Generally, logistics is referred as inbound and outbound logistics. Inbound logistics is to the transport, storage and delivery of goods coming into your business, while on other side outbound refers to transport, storage and delivery of goods going out of your business. Consider an example: a car manufacturer sells a certain types of cars as a final product to customers. In terms of inbound, car manufacturers do the procurement of car parts like engine, seats, fasteners and other car components. All those raw materials and tools of course need to be transported to the factory to be processed into finished product as a car. On the other side, in terms of outbound logistics, car manufacturers have the customers. The goods need to get to the customer and every process till the actual delivery is part of the outbound logistics. Although it looks simple, but in reality it is a lot more complex process and different parties are involved to make it happen. Now let's see what is Let's focus more on the transportation part. Transportation is the process of moving something from one location to another location. In a supply chain network, transportation plays a vital role in moving materials physically from one location to another location. Hence, having good transportation network, transportation routes and plans help supply chain operation to smoothen the materials flow. Transportation is an essential and major sub-function of logistics that creates time and place utility in goods. Transportation management covers the area of shipment scheduling, routing, freight cost, carrier selection, shipment tracking and parcel management. It helps us to make the best use of available resources and keeps informed on all transportation process. Two key functions of transportation are product movement and product storage. Product movement is the process where transportation process allows the movement of raw material, semi-finished items, finished goods, packaging material, rejected material from one location to another. And second key function is product storage, where transportation provides temporary storage in stationary vehicles or vehicles kept moving on a defined route. There are 5 key types of transportation, which includes road transport, sea transport, Rail transport, air transport and pipeline mode. Let's see characteristics of one by one. The first is road transport. In road transport, highway transportation can be extremely flexible if a local carrier does not have the exact type of equipment. This ability to tailor the service to the specific type of traffic means added convenience to the shipper. Truckers offer both truckload and less than truckload service, but most shipments by highway seems to be small and less than truckload variety. Motor carriers also have the advantage of not being required to build and maintain their own right-of-way. Quality of service is a constant problem to motor carriers. Loss and damage claims tend to be high, and frequently service is slow due to the necessity of rehandling large volumes of small shipments at transfer points. In the sea transport mode, transportation happens within the nations alongside the rivers and canals. Speed is slow and made even slower when ice or floods clog the waterways, but water can carry large bulky cargoes. This bulky cargo consists mainly of coal, petroleum, grain and iron ore. The capacity of some modes of water transportation is quite large. In rail transport, we know that rail has pride of place in the history of transportation of almost every country of the world. One of the major advantages of rail is the ability to haul large quantities of products over large distances. Several technological innovations in recent years have generally improved rail services. These innovations are especially helpful considering the type of product carried on most rail shipments. Majority of all the freight hauled by rail is coal. Another major class of goods consists of agricultural products. Rail services are relatively slow and inflexible. However, rail carriers are less expensive than air and motor carriers and can compete fairly well on long hauls. Next mode of transportation is the air transport. Air transport is generally considered a premium means of transportation. Air transportation is fast, but the freight rates are correspondingly high. Unless speed is an important factor in delivering parts to prevent the shutdown of an assembly line or to meet a delivery date to a valued customer, some less expensive means of transport will usually suffice the purpose. Probably the biggest headache faced by airline management is control over costs. The price of fuel skips up and down as the price of oil fluctuates. Next mode of transportation is pipeline mode. Pipelines are not especially fast and in fact they rank last in the speed compared to major modes of transportation since they move their contents at less than 5 miles per hour. One of the most challenging problems in pipeline transportation is shrinkage of the product, mostly due to evaporation. Crude petroleum can lose up to 0.25% of its volume in transit through the line. Another problem is size of the investment required to build a line. There is also a concept and practice of intermodal transportation, which is simply combination of the various transportation modes. This mode is becoming an extremely popular method of transportation and makes the movement of goods much more efficient. Let's see more about warehousing. We all know that a warehouse is a commercial building for storage of goods. Warehouses are used by manufacturers, importers, exporters, wholesalers, transport businesses, customs, etc. They are usually large plain buildings in industrial areas of cities, towns and villages. They usually have loading docks to load and unload goods from trucks. Sometimes warehouses are designed for the loading and unloading of goods directly from railways, airports, or seaports. They often have cranes and forklifts for moving goods, which are usually placed on ISO standard pallets loaded into pallet racks. Stored goods can include any raw materials, packing materials, spare parts, components, or finished goods associated with agriculture, manufacturing and production. There are many reasons to have warehouses in supply chain, including seasonal production, seasonal demands, large-scale production, quick supply requirements, and to gain advantage of price stabilization. There is need for storing the goods so as to make them available to buyers as and when required. Storage enables a firm to carry on production in anticipation of demand in future. Need for warehouse arises also because some goods are produced only in a particular season but are demanded throughout the year. Similarly, certain products are produced throughout the year but demanded only during a particular season. There are several types of warehouses. Let's see one by one. The first type is private warehouses. These are warehouses which are owned and managed by the manufacturers or traders to store, exclusively, their own stock of goods are known as private warehouses. Another type is public warehouses. These are warehouses which are owned to store goods of the general public are known as public warehouses. Anyone can store his goods in these warehouses on payment of rent. Government warehouses. These are warehouses which are owned, managed and controlled by central or state governments or public corporations or local authorities. Both government and private enterprises may use these warehouses to store their goods. Central Warehousing Corporation of India, State Warehousing Corporation and Food Corporation of India are examples of agencies maintaining government warehouses. Another type of warehouses is bonded warehouses. These warehouses are owned, managed and controlled by government as well as private agencies. Private bonded warehouses have to obtain license from the government. Bonded warehouses are used to store imported goods for which import duty is yet to be paid. In case of imported goods, the importers are not allowed to take away the goods from the ports till such duty is paid. These warehouses are generally owned by dock authorities and found near the ports. Another type of warehouses is cooperative warehouses. These warehouses are owned, managed and controlled by cooperative societies. They provide warehousing facilities at the most economical rates to the members of their society. Another type of warehouses is automated warehouses. In automated warehouses with advances in computer and robotics technology, many warehouses now have automated capabilities. The level of automation ranges from a small conveyor belt transporting products in a small area all the way up to a fully automated facility where only a few people are needed to handle storage activity for thousands of pounds, kilograms of product. In fact, many warehouses use machines to handle nearly all physical distribution activities such as moving product-filled pallets around buildings that may be several stories tall and the length of 2 or more football fields. Climate-controlled warehouses. These are warehouses which handle storage of many types of products, including those that need special handling conditions such as freezers for storing frozen products, humidity-controlled environments for delicate products, such as produce or flowers, and dirt-free facilities for handling highly sensitive computer products. Another type of warehouses is distribution centers. There are some warehouses where product storage is considered a very temporary activity. These warehouses serve as points in the distribution system at which products are received from many suppliers and quickly shipped out to many customers. Now let's focus more on packaging. Packaging refers to the process of designing the package such as containers and wrappers. It plays a very significant role in the marketing success or failure of many products in the market. The main purpose of product packaging is to protect the product from damage. Product packaging not only protects the product during transit from the manufacturer to the retailer or distributor, but it also prevents damage while the product sits on retail shelves. Packaging is not only an integral part of logistics but also part of marketing strategy to glamorize a product in order to attract the consumer's attention. Many consumers will judge a product by its packaging before buying it. So creating compelling and alluring stationery will build first-time buyers' intrigue. There are 4 stages of packaging in the logistics. First is known as products packaging. Products packaging refers to packaging of the products itself, for example packaging of soap in small box. Next stage of packaging is master cartons. In this packaging, packaged products are packed in larger cartons to facilitate quantity handling. In next stage of packaging known as unit load, where master cartons are consolidated into a single large unit to facilitate transportation, protection and storage. It involves unitization or palletization process. The final stage of packaging is containerization. In this stage, unit load is placed in a rigid container for transportation.